Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate. This is a pick a card reading. So I'm going to start doing more of these. Doesn't matter when you watch this. It can relate to, whatever's going on for you. What is today's reading? Pick a card, pick a card. I'm trying to figure out actually what this one is going to be because I didn't hear it ahead of time. Nothing came in as I just knew pick a card, go do a pick a card. So there's going to be 4 piles. And I got to say, I'm going to try and make these quick because I love doing big pick a card readings, but I also have things to do. And that is like a very Aries thing to say. And I understand that. But she got places to be. So they're wanting me to do 4 different piles. So I will do 4 different piles. I've got these 4 characters here, these cards. So you're going to pick whichever one you feel drawn to for whatever reason. I don't mind whatever reason you feel drawn to. If you just like the colors one day and you pick that one, that's cool. And then you can slide ahead to wherever in the reading that pile is. And we'll just go from there. I'm just gonna see what the messages are. I believe it'll just be generic healing messages, but sometimes a theme comes out and I don't know that until I start talking, So, okay. Pile 1, the Fire Prince, optimism and aggression. Then pile 2, the Desert Prince, survival and false promises. Then we have the Keeper of the Scales, fairness and balance. And then Diamond Dreamer, material wealth and true prosperity. Okay, so Fire Prince, Desert Prince, Keeper of the Scales, or Diamond Dreamer. So pick whichever one you feel drawn to. So funny, like when I do this reading right now in this moment, I always go and look and see which one I feel drawn to, and I guarantee every single time, always forget which one I choose. I still do it every time. It's just a funny thing. Okay, we are moving on to pile number 1. So pile number 1, the Fire Prince, optimism and aggression. Okay. What do your spirit guides want you to know is the question I'm getting. So there we go. Now we found it. What do your spirit guides want you to know, pile 1, optimism and aggression? What do you need to know right now? What's going on? I'm getting that you've been heated lately. I'm getting that you've been like, that's not the best way to describe that. I'm sorry. It's I feel like you've been, honestly, I'm getting this like aggressive, like if you've ever finished like a tough workout and then you have that kind of like angry, agitated energy, it just feels like you gotta, get stuff done, or you want to punch something, and it doesn't feel like you're angry at a specific thing. It just feels like you have a lot of, like, it's like testosterone. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like a lot of testosterone. She says, giggling. So what I'm getting is that you've actually been feeling this like a lot of heat lately, a lot of heat. And also like it feels like your body might have been showing that, like you might be getting some skin inflammation, some rashes, overheating. You might be feeling dehydrated a lot. You might be feeling like just red in the face. You might have people commenting on, oh, are you okay? Like, you warm? Or you might just find yourself like sweating, like just like crazy in a situation that doesn't really make sense for why you'd be sweating that much. I don't know. It's interesting, but I'm just getting like a ton of heat. So your spirit guides are wanting you to know that it's okay to chill out and to cool down and to allow for that calm after after a fire. It's like sort of that it needs to go between fire and water. I like to draw parallels between fire and water and earth and air, right? So air being above, earth being ground, we need both energies in our life, and they work sort of in this dual push-pull way, and same with fire and water. So it feels like so you need lots of water right now. So if you're not drinking enough, or if you have not really enjoyed like bathing lately, just really think about what you're doing, and what you're doing is washing away all the things that could be bothering you, or anything that doesn't feel part of you, right? So you're washing away everything that doesn't feel a part of you. That's maybe a meditation, a shower meditation for you this week, pile 1. Pile one, you're also getting waterfall, effortless, and wolf, instinct. So I really like that. This is a very, very masculine energy. So I would not be surprised if you're feeling really, really in your own masculine energy right now, pile one. I'm getting the sense that part of this agitation that you've had is about doing things alone. Like, I don't always use the lone wolf reference. You guys will know that you folks know, I tend to use different references when it comes to animals. Different meanings will pop up. And often for the wolf lately, I've actually been likening it to protection and more maternal energy. And right now I'm getting very distinctly that this is about like a solo pilgrimage, but not, it's like done for a break. It's like done because you need to seek something off the path, but you're not. It's like a very funny, it's a very funny energy. I'll leave that there and you can take whatever from that you needed. But yeah, so effortless and instinct is really interesting to me. It feels like part of this aggression. It's like you've been trying to fix or get something done. And actually you're going to find, if you listen to your intuition and to your spirit guides and the different signs you're getting, the help you're receiving, you're going to notice this more effortless vibe come in because you're going to feel like you can just rely on your instincts. And that energy doesn't need to be so hot, right? It doesn't need to be so hot and so intense. My hands, I have to say, whew, like lots of clearing. I'm getting like my eyes are watering, my throat is like tightening and like loosening, but my hands feel like they need to like move a lot. Like they've just been doing this underneath underneath the screen. You guys can't see, but I've been really, really active this whole time. And it doesn't bother me because I'm a fire sign. So being in a fiery energy doesn't concern me, but this might trigger you. Watching me so active might trigger you to be like, that's a part of me I need to chill out on right now. Oh man. And some shoulder tension. Wowza. Right shoulder. Okay. So that might be affecting you. That's why I said that. Okay. Forget-me-nots. I love these botanical cards. So that's eternal memories. That's Lily, Majesty and Virtue, and then Hydrangea, which is, I would say, it's like a top flower. I would say it's my favorite flower, but I'm hesitant because I love a few different ones, but I would say this is one of my favorites. So Hydrangea is thankfulness for understanding, and it says, before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. Then the lily is the emblem rare of many virtues, good and rare. And the forget-me-nots, eternal memories, was the best things in life are the people you've loved, the places you've seen, and the memories you've made along the way. So I'm getting that your spirit guides are saying, walk alone for this current stretch of the journey, but don't you dare forget about what this journey is, what it means, and where you're going, and who has supported you up until this time. So it's really like, it's almost like walk away so that you remember why you're going back. Like there's a really interesting sort of dual tone to this message, but I'm definitely getting with this, the memories, the thankfulness for understanding. It's like some sort of nostalgic thing, some sort of positive nostalgic thing, but walking away for perspective. It's just really interesting. I will say this feels like, it does not feel like a walk in an opposite direction. It feels like a perimeter walk. Like I've been trying to place it this whole time here because I keep seeing this wolf and like hasn't left my mind as I've been talking. So I keep seeing this wolf, like, it's like you don't see anyone, but they're still keeping an eye. It's almost like there's like a mountains and like a valley, and they're actually more on the like upper region. So they're like keeping an eye down below no matter where they are. That's what it feels like. Interesting. So that's what your spirit guides would like you to know right now. The message from your spirit guides is to embrace the positive qualities of water, and to not be so concerned about how much energy, how much heat is needed, but to understand that it's actually heat and water working in tandem that will get you to that flow. Awesome. Pile one. I'm going to do this and then pile one. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. It's always an honor. And please drop a comment below if this resonated. And if you're interested in booking a reading with me, you can always find that in the description right in there. There are some special love readings on right now whenever you watch this. Okay. So the Desert Prince, pile 2. Survival and false promises. This is what do your spirit guides want you to know right now? What do your spirit guides want you to know? One more card for the Desert Prince. Nope. Okay. What do your spirit guides want you to know right now? This is really okay. I'm going to say this is really interesting way too much. So I'm trying to catch on to things I repeat a little too frequently, but something I'm feeling with this deck is like restriction. I'm feeling like someone's like halted me. Like I feel like someone has their hand on my chest and I'm just like being stopped. Just take a look at that card here. So this energy of like looking out in opposite directions, I'm seeing like a lot of meaning in that card. So you can pause the frame if that meant something to you there. Oh, I'm really feeling this is like a heavy, I'm feeling like your spirit guides would like you to know that you can endure what you're currently going through, that the survival skills you are currently learning for this chapter of your life are going to serve you well, and that I feel this group has gone through quite a lot of trauma in your life. I'm getting a lot of trauma symptom response feelings, and I feel as though these traumas, you may have attached a lot of your identity to them, and that's what's caused you to be in this place of survival. It's been very hard for you to trust your own feelings on things. It's been very hard for you to trust your gut on things because of how people have spoken to you and how you feel you've been allowed to make choices throughout your life. The choices is a really big thing for you. Pile 2. Pile 2. Okay, I'm getting that you have been feeling as though something needs to leave your life. And whatever that thing is that you know is not helping you, I do believe you need to cut it off at its source. I don't believe you need to stay in that energy for longer than you have. I believe the word that's coming out a lot to me right now is enduring. Your spirit guides would like to remind you how enduring and how strong you have been, and also remind you it is not now necessary. They're going to help you. It feels like they're wanting to help lift you into a new environment, a new situation. So yeah, I mean, thank you, right? Because if this is the current reality you've been going through, whew, won't it be so nice to just be on some comfortable, stable ground, right? At some point. Okay, this is a little bit heavy. I'm definitely feeling like a soul loss element to this group. It feels as though speaking is hard. It feels as though bringing your thoughts to the surface is challenging, and it feels as though making sense of your history and traumas is very challenging. It feels like these things take a lot of energy, and it feels quite exhausting. So I'm going to let you know, pile 2, I do think it's a good idea for you to reach out for help. It does not need to be with me. I'm happy to help you. I have places you can book down below, and you know that. I feel as though you have the strength to get through this, and also you deserve some support also. It's not about, one negating the other, of course. I really want to say that I think your mind has a hard time accepting help. And so for you, pile 2, I just want you to know that I'm happy to help you. Other people would be happy to help you if you allow us to help you shift away from the chaos. Dragonfly and emergence. I love this. I love that that came out for you. That's what's going to happen. That's what's on its way, right? That is what is on its way. Whew. I always have to check my time here because I honestly am trying to manage making more time for the different readings. Anyway, pile 2, I just want to let you know also that I feel as if you've been second guessing the magnitude to which you can serve. I feel like you've been starting to limit yourself, and it's like time to like remove the cap that you've put on yourself to that has limited your ability to dream big and to feel inspired. Okay, then we have bellflower, which is gratitude, and primrose, which is youthful love. I really like this. It feels like part of the pain and part of the trauma is from a love from your youth that went in a direction that makes you quite uncertain of yourself today. That's what it sounds like. Okay, and the gratitude card is very special. It says, gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. I think that's really going to wrap up how this deck is feeling and what your spirit guides would like you to know. So your spirit guides would like you to know that by having this attitude of gratitude and by seeking support and seeking help, you'll be able to emerge and clear some of these past traumas and past pains from your waking mind. And I do believe some of that trauma is about a love from the past, and your heart is waiting for you to, and ready. Your heart is seeking out just as much as you're seeking out, the support while you're here. Your heart is seeking this out just the same as you are. And so when you meet it, you will end up feeling a sense of that youthfulness return, because a piece of your soul, quite honestly, has returned and integrated for you to be able to feel more yourself. So that is why it is imperative that you do this soul work, past life healing, past experience, past trauma, reflection. I'm happy to help with any and all those things. I do actually touch into past lives when necessary, and I very much hang out in the realm of helping people with traumas without actually needing to reopen them. Something that's very important to me. As I had I have had many traumas in my life, and as we all have, but I've had many traumas in my life that I don't feel I was always given a safe place to land and to integrate them. And I do feel many of the times I sought help, I felt ripped open, ripped apart, and not sure how to sew myself back up together. And so that's something I absolutely said when I went into healing, I would avoid someone feeling that way, or I would at least feel like if they still felt that way, they could reach back out. So if you have been a client in the past, as many of you are, and if you have not, please be aware that this is the approach that I take. So thank you very much, pile 2. Sorry if that felt, a little bit more than you were expecting, more than you bargained for, but I do believe that this is what your spirit guides needed you to know right now. So I trust that it's going to go to the right ears. And please do let me know if it resonated either through a private message or in a comment, and you can book below, as I said. So now we're moving on to pile number 3. Pile number 3, the keeper of the scales, fairness and balance. Fairness and balance, keeper of the scales. Okay, I'm already seeing that this card is the 11. 2 cards just came out. So this deck is ready to go. This pile, your spirit guides are ready to talk to you. They're like banging at the door. This is what the theme is, okay? Is what do your spirit guides want to tell you right now? This is very similar to pile 1, actually, in a way, so far. Keeper of the scales, fairness and balance. You're also getting ocean. This is ebb and flow. And then rain, purification. So very water-based, which is why I said it's very similar to pile number 1. Pile number 1 was fire and like optimism and aggression, needing some water balance. I'm actually getting the sense that you might be needing some fire, that there might be a bit of like a balance happening here with these groups. So the rain and purification, I'm actually getting that this purification is more of a fiery cleansing. So it's very funny because it says rain, and I know it does, but I'm feeling as though purification is more like purifying something by just like burning it up, and or purifying something by really deeply cleansing it. And it's not like washing it away, it's like really wringing it out. That's what it feels like. And then we have ebb and flow as well, right? So keeper of the scales, fairness, balance. I'm getting a really almost like passive, maybe not wishy-washy, but really go with the flow energy. And while that's really good, I just also want to remind you that fire is going to help continue that cycle, continue keeping you in the flow, right? Is you have to still activate. If we're in the flow a little too much and then we let go of things that give us energy, then we start losing steam and losing energy, and we can become quite lethargic actually. So it's a very interesting thing about being in this sort of watery or feminine energy. What else does pile 3 need to hear from their spirit guides? I think your spirit guides are also, yes, this makes sense. Okay. Your spirit guides are also telling me that they feel as though you should know that you're doing well right now. You should know, like, you're pretty aware that things are working. You're staying in a pretty good divine flow and not coming up to too many hurdles. What you are running the risk of is actually wanting too much more from your current environment. So this is a very funny, tricky little thing. So please don't, please don't say this and be like, oh, I've been screwing it up. It's just a really, it's kind of like a fine-tuned thing that I'm hearing. So it's almost like you've been doing so well with your soul growth and your spiritual journey, and you're able to keep in this ebb and flow. And you're a bit in your watery kind of mode right now, but that may be good. And you're needing some of that fire energy. But what I'm hearing is that if you're not conscientious or careful, you may start demanding more. And so that's how you're going to get out of flow. So it's like you're feeling in the flow, and then you go, okay, now that I'm in the flow, I want this, and this. Well, now that you're in the flow, that means you're meant to be receiving and going with the flow rather than forcing it. It's like creating a man-made creek or something and expecting it to work the exact same way. It's like, well, no, the other one ran on nature. Like, it's just not going to function the same. So it's like the same kind of idea where I'm getting this. So there's yellow rose, which is enthusiasm and friendship. And it says, a single rose can be my garden, and a single friend my world. So what I'm getting is it's like really about singling it out and saying, what is good here? What is working? Can you continue thriving in that instead of starting to look for holes and spots to fix, or starting looking for gaps where you can fill it with something? It's a good thing to be in that masculine energy and to do, and you will do it. But I want you to make sure that it's staying aligned and that it's not doing just for the sake of doing. So no action should be done without that feeling like it's part of naturally what's next. Like, this is your natural next step at all times. So again, this is very fine tuning. Obviously, you've been doing very well in your healing journey insofar as, your level of needing to get out of business is not very high. Things are pretty chill for you right now. You're also getting anemone, which is anticipation. I felt like an arrow pulled back and ready to be launched into something big. Okay, your spirit guides are coming in loud and clear right now, letting me know you are here for a very magnificent and magnanimous purpose. Magnanimous. Interesting word choice. But it really feels as though you're here for a very, very large purpose, one that you're likely aware of and probably afraid to claim. It feels like that kind of big identity. And I'm excited for you. I don't mean to already sound exhausted. Clearly, that's my own journey. But saying this, I felt like an arrow pulled back and ready to be launched into something big. It sounds as though you're so aware that I just want to caution you not to get in your own way. Like, it really feels like if you just continue putting one foot in front of the other without questioning whether you're good or ready or not, or whether the outside is good or ready or not, just put that faith in, walk it in there, and say, this is the way things are meant to go, and I am going to stay in the flow the best that I can. And then you do, right? And you do, and you do, and you'll feel pulled to where you need to feel pulled next. And that is what launches you into something big. It's not you thinking, I'm going somewhere big. and then setting up a to-do list. You know that it doesn't work that way. And so stop letting your mind trick you into that. That's what I'm feeling. Really, really itchy nose. And I kind of hope that I kind of hope that the specific person I know who gets itchy nose with my readings reads this. But I also know that an itchy nose for me also means draw attention to it. So what I'm getting is actually like really draw attention to the fact that you need to focus on this. It's like you're actually running the risk of just becoming passively optimistic, if that makes sense, that you're sort of taking a backseat because things are going well. So you're just going to shift gears. It's like put it into autopilot. It's like, no, actually you're meant to continue engaging and like being active. Like this is the part of the journey that you've worked for. So now enjoy it and be active in your enjoyment. Awesome. Thank you, pile 3. If you would like to book a reading with me down below, I am offering February love readings at a special. And that's just because, you know, Valentine's Day and I like talking about love. And so I might as well. So you can book that down below. And there are 30-minute sessions with me. And we do a little reading on you and whatever it is you'd like to know about love, self-love, relationship, anything. So thank you very much. Anything else, just feel free to reach out, drop a comment, or like and subscribe. Make sure that you are interacting with things. If you watch this and you resonate, then continue staying tuned. Okay, pile 4. The Diamond Dreamer, material wealth and true prosperity. Very exciting. I just got a really nervous energy for that. Yeah. And my eyes are starting to get really like, they're like tired, but also active is what I'm, active is the best word I have for it. Sorry. Okay. Interesting. I'm getting like a really serious vibe, not bad, but just serious, not heavy, just serious, firm. That is I'm like, I feel steady. And I feel squinty. So whatever that means. Sometimes I wonder if anyone, like if there's just like one person who watches this and goes, I don't understand any of this, and just still watches. Every now and then I just hear this voice going, I don't know. So drop me a line below. If you actually feel like that's you, I would find that so funny. I think about if I had seen these videos way early on in my journey, I just like, I don't even know how I'd respond to them. So that's just always a funny thing to think about. All right. Diamond Dreamer, material wealth, prosperity. We also have ceremony, invocation. Already with this group, what your spirit guides want you to know is the theme. So what your spirit guides would like you to know is that, is that they would actually like you to pay more reverence to them. They would actually like you to make more time for them, connect to them more often. If you have ever struggled to connecting to ancestors, spirit guides, any type of otherworldly material that you'd like to, please reach out. I mean, that's my favorite thing to do is teach things. And that's what I do in my sessions. If you have something you'd like to know, I love sharing whatever knowledge I do have and helping you along your journey, giving you that, clarity you need. This really feels like there's going to be a big event. And that's part of where the seriousness is coming in. I'm getting that for your spirit guides would like you to know that a big ceremony or party or event, activity and engagement, those are other words popping in. If any of those are resonating with you, pick the one that sticks. I believe that this event is actually, not only are you going to need a lot of material wealth for it, it's also going to lead you into that. So there's something very interesting that you're actually going to receive more money somehow with this event, but you're also going to need to make more money in order to go there or in order to run it. It's unclear whether you're hosting the event or whether it's happening. Like, I feel like there's a very large amount of things that could mean. But what I'm getting is that actually you're very focused on securing some elements, securing some type of investment. And it doesn't necessarily need to be financial. So when we talk about prosperity and wealth, it's like, what do you want to be wealthy in? Do you want to be wealthy in love? Do you want to be wealthy in intelligence? Do you want to be, I think wealth is a perfectly good piece of that puzzle. And I mean, I would also like a good piece of the pie. Like, we all understand that, but just wanted to put that out there. Abundance can look different. Lake and stillness. So I'm getting the feeling like your spirit guides are saying, in order for you to figure out what you need, you're going to have to get clear. And in order to do that, you're going to need to get still. So the only way you're going to get to making more money so that you can get to that event that you would like to have, it feels very like cryptic. So it's I don't know, it's kind of funny. It's like mysterious, whatever this event is. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting a couple things here. I'm going to wrap up the stillness piece because your guides would also like to say more, and I still have to pull botanical inspiration card. So your guides would like to tell you that in order to speak to them, you're going to need to get quiet. In order to make more wealth increase in your life, you're going to need to get quiet. Basically, for all these things, you're going to need to get quiet in your head and really listen to them. One of them's like, listen, you're not the boss and you got to stop thinking like you're the boss. And it's like very sassy. Yeah, you're also getting told there's many, I have to say, I mean, I'm not going to dive into everyone who's trying to speak to me right now, but there's a ton of people like figures wishing to communicate with you in the non-ordinary realm. So your spirit guides are like, invoke us, we're ready, like call us in. It feels like you might have a slight awareness that they're there. You might have some little moments or something. You might have a very strong connection with them, but you might just not be calling them in as a resource. If you connect with them, they want to help you, but they don't want to like step in where they're not wanted, right? So it is like a reverent, respectful thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to liken it to, people who pray to God. And when you pray to God, it's really feeling as though you're creating a communication, right? So it's creating a communication with any guides that you use. So if God is a guide that you use, then, so be it. And whatever the other names are that you ascribe to these things outside of ourselves. This is getting a little tangenty. Pile 4, I feel like you want to understand a lot more about spirituality because I'm feeling like I need to tell you a billion things under the sun right now. I feel like I want to talk for, eons. So maybe you really want to listen to some spiritual content. That's maybe a message from your spirit guides. But please make sure that some of that time that you take is not listening and is listening just to yourself and to your own inner connection, inner upward connection. Okay, I'm also getting a really, really sleepy vibe. So I'm getting the sense that you might actually need to slow down and rest. Yeah. Venus Mallow. It's interesting that I said Venus though. It's Venice. But Venus, the planet, is like sensuality, like Venus, the goddess of love. Okay, I'm getting that you've been serious and you've been a little more hard-edged and you're being asked to you're being asked to let go. So that says delicate, fleeting beauty. When life is not coming up roses, look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them. Yeah, so if there's something that feels like it's really off right now for whatever reason, find the beauty part of it and walk away. It's honestly all you need to do. So I'm going to have a couple examples here from things that I feel. Okay. One example, having lots and lots of work that needs to be done. So for the person who is currently concerned about having lots and lots of work to be done, Venus Mallow, delicate, fleeting beauty, finding the beauty hidden within that. Okay, you have a lot of work to do, and that work is getting you where you'd like to be. If it does not feel like that work, ooh, I just had someone go, well, that work's not helping. That's not the work that's helping me get where I need to be. I need you to start looking for how it is actually helping you get where you need to be, because that's a sassy response. Your spirit guides have led you to the place that you are to learn what you currently need to learn. So if you're in a spot where you think you need to move on, you either move on or you learn what you need to know, right? So if you think you need to move on because you've learned all you need to know with that chapter, then why aren't you already on that next chapter? There must be something else that you still have to learn. Okay. It's like a little spicy. Spirit guides are funny. Like I don't always tune in directly to like spirit guide voices because sometimes I feel like then I get certain attitudes, and yeah, it's just kind of funny. Anywho. Oh, okay. Another feeling I'm getting is like if you open the floodgates to this connection, it might feel exhausting. And that's why you're getting told, take the rest when you need the rest. Just take it. Just take it, take it, take it. Okay. Daffodil, rebirth, and new beginnings. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. So, whatever it is that needs to end right now that is feeling painful, or whatever it is that's just feeling uncomfortable, understand how when it falls away, there will be a new beginning right after that. Pile 4, thank you very much for allowing me to read for you. Your spirit guides are supporting your success and trying to remind you how deep and great your success will be. It's almost unfathomable, is what I feel with this group. Like so much wealth and so much spiritual connection. And because of that, you need to figure out how it is you're going to rest, because your life is going to ask and demand a lot of you. And until you find that those ways or that way to find inner peace and internal rest, uh, you may find yourself running in circles. Okay, so thank you very much, Pile 4. Hope this is what you needed to hear, and that it lands well. And please let me know in the comments below, for good or for worse, what you felt. You want to book a reading, I'm offering February love readings, and I'm also always do one-to-one services, so you can find that below. And yeah, I think that's it. So thank you very much, Pile 4. We will chat soon.